everybody. It's Danny Wanda back from Deep South Homestead. We're over at Pecan Grove working on our high tunnel. And one of the things about out here where the high tunnel's at, I don't have any power ran out here yet. Now I could pull long extension cords from the top of the hill down here, but we've got the little power station here, nature's generator, that we're trying out. And it has done a pretty good job so far. I've been using it to run my skill saw, and my skill saw pulls 2.5 amps on that. Now a lot of these power stations won't run my skill saw, but this one ran it with no problem. And I actually done it while I have the USB and I have my battery charger going here for my drill, because I'm using a drill a lot here to drill stuff in these steel pipes. And the batteries, you know, they don't last a real long time in the drills. So I have to keep a battery charged while I'm using the other one. And I have it plugged in. It actually has 4 AC outlets there on the front of it. And it has several USB ports. Now some of them are fast charge and some of them are not. It also has the USB-C ones. It has a fast charge USB-C, and then it has the one that's not fast charge over here. And that's for things like, we have different Olights that we charge with the C charge, and your cell phones and different things like that will charge with the C one there. Now, this particular generator, and I'm not calling it's really not a generator. I don't even know why they put generator on it. It's a power station. It's just a battery with a converter in it, and and a charge controller. But this one comes with a couple of different ways it can be charged. This is going to be charged with solar or wind or electricity, AC. Now they sent us a solar panel system with it when we got it, but when it arrived, the solar panel had been broken in shipment. That's why we're not showing the solar panel hooked up to it. We've got to actually order another solar panel to go with this particular one. But the AC, now all the charging mechanisms is in the back here. They're all back here. You have a this here's your 12 volt. If you want to charge with a cigarette lighter, you can charge that way, or you can flip this little lid up right here. And you got an AC, you got solar, and this right here is something that most of them don't have. This is a reset button, so if you overload it, it automatically turns itself off, and you just punch that reset button, and once it cools off, and it's back ready to go again. Now, there is also a light on it here. This, let's just be honest about a few things to start with. These power stations, whether it's Nature's Generator, Rock Pal, Blue Eddy, there's a dozen other different ones that we've tried. They're not made to live off of. Okay, I think that's where most people are getting confused with these power stations. These power stations are designed for recreational use and for crisis situations like hurricanes, power outages for a few days or something like that. They're not meant to run a deep freezer or refrigerator inevitably. They're not made for that. And if you're looking for something like that, you're not going to find it in the power stations. You're going to have to just go to a system, like a solar system or something. And I'm not even a big advocate of that because of the things that's coming in the atmosphere. They're not even going to work in the future. So I like the power stations. Now, the one thing I like about this one, and most all of them have come with this feature that we've looked at, is at night it's got that light in the back of it back there. You can set this thing in the room with you, and you can turn this thing on, and it's got a light on it that will light the whole room up. It'll run for, our other one run for days. So this one probably will do the same thing, more than likely. And it lights your room up. You don't have to have any other source of lighting or anything like that. You can turn the USB on and off of it. I mean, it's just a simple click of a little button right here in the front. The AC, simple little click of the button to turn it off. I like the display screen on this one. That's the one thing I do like about this one. This one tells you the percentage that you're at. It tells you what's being used out of it, the output right now, because I'm charging a battery. I'm charging 2 Olights, and I've been running my skill saw with it. It was at 99% a while ago, and it's done down to 97, and I'm running all these things with it. So I don't know exactly how long it will run with all this stuff plugged into it, but so far it's lasted for a while, I'll say that. Now there's a few things that we talked about that's not made to be lived with, you know, permanently. It will run things like refrigerators and appliances and stuff like that for short term. But the bottom line is this: if you're in a crisis situation and you're running an appliance, the bottom line is you're going to run this thing dead, and it's going to take a lot longer to charge it back up than what it was worth. You know, so you want to use it frugally. Like, say for instance, you need to turn a light on or something like that. You can run small lights with it. That's why we're using it to charge our Olights, because we use our Olights more probably than we do anything else, because I feed the cows every morning in the dark, and the Olight is my companion during that particular time of the morning. I have an Olight that's similar to this one right here. It's a Warrior Pro. This is a Warrior X right here. A Warrior X, it says X4. Now, your USB or your C charge, let me say, is right in here. And when you get through it, you just turn this and it's covered up in there. Now, this is actually a tactical light. It is a very, very powerful light. I will say that. My Warrior Pro that I use is extremely bright. Now, this surface out here on it will get hot if you leave it on full strength. I mean, it'll actually get really, really hot. But now, if you turn these things on the low mode, I charge mine once a month. You know what I mean? And I use it every morning, going back and forth, feeding cows here, feeding cows at Deep South Homestead and all. It lasts for a long time if you treat it right. And I like this particular one right here. Now, this one comes with its own nice little holster here. This one pushes in at a 45-degree angle, snaps down. You can clip it on if you wear a belt. You can clip it on your belt, or like me, I stick it in my overalls right here. And then when I need it, all I got to do is push, and it's ready to go. And to put it back in, I just stick it up here, snap it in. It's right there. If you're a hunter and you're off in the, like going in the woods, this thing is fantastic for trailing animals or anything, a wounded animal or anything like that, or finding your way to a tree stand or back from a tree stand back to your truck. It's perfect for that. Now, also we have another Olight here, which is a baton. Now, this is my baby here. We like this one now. I love this one because, let me get it turned around here. On the front right here, I don't know if I can get that up where you can see it. There's a display right there that tells you the percentage of charge. Now, it just went off. I can punch it, it came back on. This one's at 80% charge. Now, what I like, see how it pops up here? It's inside this little charging case here. You pull this thing out, and you get a little bitty Olight right here that you clip it, and it comes on just like the other one does and goes off. What I like about this one, I'm going to show you what I like about this one. Now, I have it on top of my head up here. This particular Olight right here, this baton, will stay in Wanda's car because it can be charged off of the USB in her car. And if we're off on the road, anything happens like that, and I need my hands free, I can clip this thing to my hat. And if I'm having to get up under the car and do something, or if I'm having to get something out of the car, I'm hands free. Lots of people say, well, it's made to just clip like this, or Some people clip it like that. I mean, it's made to clip in an array of different ways. This one comes with a lanyard if you're interested in a lanyard to go with it. But we will use it just like this in this little case. We're going to get it back to charging. It's only at 80%. We're going to let this continue to charge here. And then the Warrior 4 here, I'm going to snap it back out of its case. Remember, you turn this right here like that. Turn it counterclockwise. It exposes the C charge. You plug it in. There's a light that comes on and tells you that it needs charging because it's still in the red. And guys, power stations are something that in the future is going to be very handy to have because of the different types of weather events that we're going to be facing, especially tornadoes, hurricanes, ice storms, all this kind of stuff. You know, now this thing, let me say this, talking about ice storms, it will run a little space heater, but it's not going to run it long. So I would probably forego running the space heater with it and use it for other things, because you don't want to just run it down if it's an ice storm out there and then you need power and you don't have it. You know, it's not going to run a pump or anything like that any kind of long term or anything. You want to try to take and be very frugal with how you use it. It's not that it's not powerful, because it's a very powerful little power station. It's just a simple fact that with any power station, you need to be frugal with it. Well, guys, I got to get back to work. I thought I'd just stop what I was doing and take a minute and show you what I was using here and a little bit about it. Two things I really recommend that people own in life. Now, one is a power station. I do recommend Nature's Generator. We've not had any problems out of this one yet. It has done everything that they told me it would do, and it is not Chinese made, okay? My understanding is it's not Chinese made. Secondly is those Olights. I actually have an assortment of them. I have a collection of them, let me put it that way. I have Olights stashed everywhere, just simply because if there's anything I hate, it's just to get somewhere and I can't find what I'm looking for, or I'm trying to tote a big old bulky flashlight that, you know, that doesn't even shine bright to start with. It's got a C battery in it or a D battery that's constantly, or AAAA batteries, and they're constantly going dead on me. These Olights, what I love about them is they're rechargeable multiple times. I've charged mine so many times it ain't even funny. And it still works, and it takes a beating, because I'm not easy on this stuff. I'm rough on my Olights. You might want to check the company. I'm not 100% sure. There may be some warranties on these things now. That would be something you'd have to check on yourself. I personally haven't checked on it, but I think I've read somewhere that that they may be offering warranties with them. But don't hold me to it. Go check out yourself. Okay, guys, I got to get back to work, and I just want to stop out of my busy schedule here working on the high tunnel and take a few moments and show you the way I'm actually working out here using a power station. Nature's Generator. Thank you, guys, from Deep South Homestead.